Hi Rex, hi guys. Last one for today. I've been doing them in little chunks recently, just lots to scribble down, and as I said, been really busy. The last one I wanted to touch on, and last thing I wanted to mention as I'm doing these little stints, was we went to our antenatal, our Birthability class, our second one last night, which was really good. I was in a much better shape than I was the last week, although I was still pretty tired after the 3 peaks. I was fully functioning, my brain capacity at least, even if my legs were knackered. Again, I don't want to kind of go into too much detail on it. It's a fantastic course. We went over a lot more about how the baby, its positioning, and how the baby can actually come out, and different variants of that, which is really good to know. We'll find out more about the position of the baby a bit later on. There's a variety of ladies there who are at different stages throughout their pregnancy. So Claire's quite early on, and there's one lady there who's 37 weeks at the moment. So there's a variety of kind of stages. We then went on to talk about the actual labour itself. There's different stages and phases within those stages, which was interesting. When you should be looking to call the hospital, go into hospital if you're having home births, call midwives and all that kind of stuff, which was great. And then we started talking about different kinds of pain relief. I had a TENS machine strapped up to my back, which was nice and fun. Sadly, the battery died halfway through cranking it up, which I'm sure Sarah, the instructor, was disappointed about, but it was really good. And the other thing that I was quite surprised about is the drug pethidine. I'm reading this. Essentially, it's an opiate, which is quite surprising. They give it to you supposedly before they actually give you any gas and air. So they'll kind of strap you up to a TENS machine, or you can do it yourself. It does not really, TENS machine isn't really a pain relief. It's like sending electrical pulses. Kind of use it. And what it reminded me of actually is, I don't know if anybody used to have one of those kind of ab slender tone belt things. That's what it reminded me of. It just kind of sends electrical pulses to your muscles, which kind of distracts you. But the pethidine drug is one of the first things that they can or would like to administer to ladies if they want some pain relief. And looking at and talking about in a group of people the positives and negatives about the drug, it's really surprising. I'd definitely advise people to read up on it. It essentially it pretty much knocks you out in between your contractions so that you have a bigger rest period, but then you don't get any kind of incremental feeling of pain when you're going through your contractions. So it's not so much an up, there's a spike to the contraction that comes back down. It's literally very binary, so you'll be pretty much knocked out when between contractions. Again, it's an opiate, it's pretty much a class A drug essentially, and then you'll still wake up and you'll still go through that amount of pain, but it will be very binary. So you'll be resting, you'll wake up, and then you'll be at the peak of that particular contraction depending on where you are through labour, and then that'll drop down and you'll rest and you'll go through that. So going through the side effects, it can kind of, depending on when you have it in relation to when you give birth, some of the drug can be passed to your baby, so your baby can be quite dopey when he or she comes out, depending on, again, the shelf life of the drug is about 4 hours, so depending on when you take it and when you give birth, it can actually cross over to the baby as well. So that's kind of where we got with that. It was fantastic, really good catching up with some of the guys and girls that are in the class as well. So thoroughly recommend Birthability. I think Claire's going to head along to a couple of their classes as well. She's got a breathing and breastfeeding one next Wednesday, which she's heading to, which is ladies only as far as I believe. Probably rightly so. So that's it for the moment, and I will speak to you all soon. See you later, guys. Bye, Rexy. Bye.